待ちかねたぞ、リンダ。あれは完成したか。
だからここに来たのよ。
Hello and welcome to CEAZOR Snack Sandwich. Today we're going to take a look at Tokemak. Now, this is not a sponsored video. I don't own any TOKE tokens. I didn't participate in this yet, and I'm still considering whether or not I want to do so or not. However, today I'm going to explain to you kind of what this product plans to do. As you can see here, it says token reactors. There are no actual working products per se. It's still in the TOKE emissions cycle or phase. So right now, basically, they are emitting tokens to investors, people who want to get in early, so to speak. The first step was this step here, where you could put ETH or USDC in here and get TOKE tokens. And the people who participated in that can continue to use ETH and USDC to get more at this APR. You can stake APR TOKE tokens here, so you could just buy them at the market, stake them here for this APR. And or you can supply liquidity to these two liquidity pools for this and get these APRs. Now, like, I'm not suggesting you to do this. You do what you want to do. You read the tokenomics page. You find out about the emission cycle, all that kind of stuff. That's for you to do. However, I am going to talk about what does this product plan to do. And to do that, I'm going to use a flowchart and explain basically the system. What is Tokemak and what do they want to do with this TOKE token? Okay, so let's swing over to the flowchart now. Okay, as usual, here we have Dollar Bill, and Dollar Bill has some YFI tokens. He wants to find a use for them. He wants to make some money with them in an easy, simple way. And there's another actor inside this protocol here, and there are these mech warriors. They like to use these mech warriors, and these are going to be called Liquidity Directors. Now, these guys have some USDC and some ETH currently, and they want to participate in this protocol as well. So we have two major actors, two major people, or people who are going to do things, and they could be the same person and so forth, but let's keep going. So the first step is, which has already been done, and that is this mech warrior here can supply USDC to this pool and get back these TOKE tokens. And this, or he could supply ETH to this pool and get back these TOKE tokens. Now, like I said, these are closed to the public right now, only the initial people who were able to do it, but they did say that they're going to open these back up to the public. So this person could be anybody in the future, right? So next part here is they have these things called these reactors. Now, there aren't any reactors open yet, but they will be coming soon, and I guess they'll be whitelisted and then voted on, and governance will decide which reactors to build and so forth. So what does the reactor do? So Dollar Bill here can stick his YFI token into the reactor, and he will get back like a T asset or like a TYFI token. So like kind of like a Volt share token. He would get back this, so he could then use this somewhere else in DeFi, perhaps if some use case comes up. So it's another ERC20 token that he's got in his wallet to signify his position in this reactor. And because he's supplied some tokens to this reactor, he's going to get some TOKE emissions. Now, these APRs are variable, and I'll talk a little bit more about them in a sec. As more and more Wi-Fi's go into this specific reactor, the APY on these tokes starts going down because it's getting lopsided. And the APY on the other side of the reactor starts going up. And what does this want? This wants TOKE tokens. So people who hold TOKE tokens, like maybe he farmed them this way or he went to the market and bought them, he can stick in the other side and balance out these APYs. So the APYs or APRs, whatever you want to call them, they're going to go up and down based on which side has the most liquidity inside it. So to try to incentivize more people to bring to the side that needs a balance of liquidity. Now, what does this get to do? If he puts this in here, it gives him voting rights on where this YFI should be distributed. So it could be sent to SushiSwap and maybe paired with USDC or maybe even ETH as well. or it might be sent to Uniswap and paired with ETH or USDC or what have you. So the person who puts this TOKE token inside here gets to vote on where this liquidity goes. So it gives some extra power to this TOKE token holder. And now it just, in my example here, we just have SushiSwap and Uniswap, but it could be any specific place, anywhere that they decide to go to. Now, there is another aspect here, and we call this risk protection. All of these TOKE tokens that are displayed here, this guy does not go without risk. He is taking some risk. So the TOKE tokens inside the reactor and the TOKE tokens inside the other reactors and stuff like that, they are going to be used to protect this person's initial investment. So the amount of YFI he puts in here, he should always be able to get that many YFI tokens back. Okay. Now, it does say in the medium that's a little bit confusing is that this TYFI token and this YFI token will always be given 1-to-1. So 1 YFI in, 1 TYFI out. So it doesn't work like a share token. So I'm guessing that the yield from this system will be only given in the TOKE tokens. So as they gain yield from these different places, maybe they're incentivized liquidity pools, they're going to be selling those yields or selling those rewards and buying TOKE tokens to give to him. However, it might just be pure emissions, just pure like token emissions, but I would think that's how it's going. So dollar bill will only ever get, put his Wi-Fi in, let's say 1 Wi-Fi in and get 1 Wi-Fi out and a bunch of TOKE tokens and so forth. Now, the key thing here is this actor here. This actor could be many kinds of people. It might be a project, right? Some new project comes along and they want they spin up a reactor that takes their token, let's say sausage token. So he's the sausage protocol and he spins up a reactor that has sausage token and incentivizes it with a whole bunch of TOKE tokens. So people then come here with, get some sausage, come here and stick in to get this APY, right? It could be one of these AMAs, like maybe SushiSwap has a whole bunch of these TOKE tokens and they want to send the liquidity to SushiSwap instead, right? And it could also be like even dollar bill. Dollar bill has a bunch of TOKE tokens as well, and he wants his YFI token to be incentivized and used and voted and put to good use. So he then uses his TOKE tokens to supply this reactor and get and vote where those tokens are going to go and so forth. So as you can see, there's a lot going on here, but it's pretty simple and straightforward. I'm a little bit confused about this TOKE tokens. Like the design kind of works well if the TOKE tokens are fully backed by USDC and ETH. However, there's clearly in the tokenomics thing that there is going to be more TOKE tokens emitted than just the ones that are backed by this USDC and ETH. So it's not like a backed stablecoin or a collateralized token. So that's just the way it is. So I hope this pretty much covers it. I hope it gives you good understanding. I'm not suggesting you invest in the TOKE token. You do what you want. You go through the Medium articles and you read, about it. The Medium articles are pretty good. Let's swing over to them and I will show you just a quick look at them. So yeah, they have a pretty good library of Medium articles that pretty much explain everything. Everything looks like it's planned out quite well. I would suggest you to read the tokenomics page, especially if you're thinking of buying the TOKE token. This one here, this article here, tokenomics. And I would also suggest you read the Genesis article, which is down. This one here, which will explain to you like the system that I basically just told you. And there's a few key things I wanted to highlight, and that's here. The TOKE price informs the quantity of tokens emitted in order to sustain the desired APR or LP. So basically what that means to me is that they're going to be using the price feed to adjust the APR on the different reactors and so forth. So it's a little bit confusing, but I think I got a pretty good understanding. I think you've got a good enough understanding, and I would suggest you do come check out the Discord. They're okay. I asked some questions here. I got some answers that are not, you know, completely answering my question, but then this guy here kind of like helped clarify my question. However, I did follow it up with another question, and then it was basically ignored. You know, I guess they're busy, or maybe they don't know exactly. I don't know. So that's something you can look into yourself and come inside the Discord and always, like I always do, you know, come and ask questions and interact with the team and find out how you feel about this project based on that as well. So I think that's pretty much it for today. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.